So you've got your 3D printer, you've got Blender, and you want to make some amazing 3D models. But Blender isn't playing ball. Well, I'm going to quickly show you how to set Blender up. Now, the first thing you do is not actually in Blender. You want to go to Wake Store, so Blender Foundation, your version of Blender, your version of Blender again, scripts, startup, BL_app_templates_system, and in here you want to copy something, one of these others, and then rename it 3D printing. So just go Control-C, Control-V. I'm not going to do it because there's a bit of a bug with my system that it's not letting me do this and then show you, but I'll show you the next stage. Then what that will do is when you go File, New, you'll have up here the option to start a new 3D printing thing. So you go New, General, or whatever is 3D printing for you, but I'm going to use Sculpting because I think Sculpting is the best one to copy. Then up here, you want to go General, add in Layout, right click, reorder to front, Shading we're never going to use, so you can delete that. That leaves you with Sculpting Layout. You want to hit delete, delete, and you can delete this because we're not going to work on that. You can delete the light as well. Dunk. So I'm going to add in a default cube. Again, optional, but this is useful for me at this point. You can see this cube is 2 meters square. Don't know how big your 3D printer is. Mine ain't 2 meters square. So how are we going to fix that? Here, go into Scene and Units. You can just change this to millimeters. You think, job done. I just scale this down to a 22 centimeter cube or 20 millimeters. You can work in centimeters if you want, millimeters there. And I'm done. Not really. First of all, this unit scale needs to be changed, otherwise it's going to cause loads of problems with your export. So you want to go to here and go 0.001, and now you've got a 0.2 millimeter scale thing. That's fine. You've changed the unit scale. You just need to adjust this to that. So now it's a 20 millimeter cube. Also, you're thinking, my grid's messed up. That's fixable. In here, 0.001. So now your grid is in millimeters. So that is 10 millimeters square. Now you're looking good. Your grid's looking good. That. Another thing I would suggest in here, if you put shading, just tick cavity. Just find the extra lines quite useful when you're doing 3D printing because you're thinking more about edges and corners and stuff like that. And it just helps to see the model a little bit better. The last thing you need to go is go to File, Defaults, and Save Startup File. That means what happens when you hit New 3D Printing, I'll end up with this. Notice mine doesn't have cavity on it. So let's try File, Save Startup File, Save Startup File. And then we go to New, General, just to check I'm not loading the same file up. And then New 3D Printing. There we go. See? And that means every time you start, you don't have to go through this every time, you just can load it in. Hope that's helpful, and next time I'm going to do some actual modeling.